Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to our channel Sanganaki Crowd Solutions. So today we are going to be learn about the elements of the flow. So what are the different elements we are using while implementing any flow into the Salesforce? Okay, so today we are going through the all into the details of each and every element we are using into the flow. So first of all, let's navigate to the flow. This is our setup screen. Here you can see the option is home option, and here there is a one search box. Type your flow and open this flow. After click on this type of window will open, screen will open. Here you can see the new button, that is new flow. Click on this button. Okay, now it's opening. So we know that there are different types of flow into the Salesforce. Okay, with the help of this all flows, we can build our automation without using single code. This is completely coding free tool provided by the Salesforce to implement the automation or to run our business. Okay, so these are all different types. Like there are four types of category into the flows of the Salesforce. One is record trigger, one is schedule, third is screen, and last one is auto launch. Okay, so every category has its own features. Okay, if you see into the first of all, if we say that that is a record trigger flow. So why we are using this? Whenever we want to perform any operation into the Salesforce, when some operations are happens like create operation, update operation, okay, like delete operation. So this type of operation, whenever happens on any of the record into the Salesforce, we can use that automations by using the record trigger flow. Okay, and the uh, second one is auto launch flow. So why this flow is required? Okay, for auto launch flow, no triggering condition is required. Okay, so it is automatically get launched by using the scheduler. We can set some schedule timing to launch that particular flow. So at that particular timing which we are getting set, on that time this auto launch flow will get auto trigger and perform the automation operations into the Salesforce. And the third one is screen flow. So majorly, we know that the screen flow is the flow where we can also generate the UI or the user of our Salesforce. So this is user friendly and user friendly flow type we can use to build some screens by using some components like text components. Okay, like form. You know that there is a record creation from record, yes. So that type of screens we can create by using the screen flow. Okay, and it is auto launch flow. This auto launch flow is automatically launched. Okay, and we can also invoke this by using APIs, by using processes. Okay, so this is also coming to the category of the scheduled flow. Okay, so it is also launches on some specified timing. Okay. So into the among these four categories, today we are going to be learn about the elements. Okay, so we will use the screen flow first of all to understand these things. So here you can see, just click on here. There is a screen flow. Once you click on the screen flow, this type of window will get open. Okay, so what is this is screen flow and it is end flow. So what type of elements are available into the Salesforce? Okay, to make our automation using that this powerful tool. So see here, that is select elements option is there. Okay, once we select, click the elements, want to copy, and then click the copy button. Okay, we can copy. Here you can see that it's a new resource type is there. By using this new resource, we can also create the variables as per our requirement. Like we can with this we can create the text variable, some constant variables, some formulas, text templates, choices, record sets, means pick list, stages. We will also learn about this. Okay, so basically, whenever we are going to be learn about the elements into the flow. Okay, first of all, we will check the what are the different options are available. Okay, so this plus button is used to add the element into the screen flow. Just click on there. You can see different types of elements under that. Okay, if we first we will open the screen. Okay, this screen is, first of all, this screen is used to generate the interface, UI interface for the user. Okay, so what are the different inputs are available to add on that particular screen? Okay, action button, we can add action button, can add attendance. Okay, These are the components. These are the inbuilt components we can use in one our screen. Okay, and here you can also see the input fields are also there, like currency field, data table, date and time field, email field, name, number. So these are all inbuilt components, and here fields are also option there. We can also create some resources and record variables, and we can use that record variables over here. So if you see that components, first of all, check that first one is this email. Just drag and drop over here. Okay. Once you drag and drop, you can see here there is a input type, email input type field is getting added onto the screen. Like next one is text one, name is there. You can also take the name. Just drag and drop here. Here, first name, last name, then number field is there. We can use this number field for our integer and decimal values. It is number. Then also picklist is there. Then lookup field is there. You know, into our Salesforce object we have multiple relationships lookup field, so we can also use this lookup input here onto our screen. Then you can also use the long text area if you want to be add some more text which having the character length more than 255 characters. So we can also use the long text area over here. That is a multi-select list. Multi-select pick list means we can select the more values, more than one values at a time. Okay, so this type of option is also available here. Then another one is the password. Okay, so this password type input is there. Then pick list is there. See here the pick list values. With that option, we can create only one. Means with that option, we can select only one option, one value from the option. So this option is also available there. Then we can also search here whatever the options are there. Here we can search our component and we can add. Now we are using text is there, long text is there, then next is display text. So this type of different elements we can use into the screen flow. Okay, so right now let's organize this. Let's we will create some form. Okay, now this screen. First of all, what we are doing, we are taking the name fields. Okay, we'll just create one user interface. Okay, that is name. Then one is number, phone number. We will add phone number. Take phone number, phone. Just drag and drop here. Then we will check with email. We'll add email. Just take this email. Okay, so this type of inputs components we can use the screen flow. Let's see. We can also add here a API name, that is a first name. First name. We can also set here some default values, or we can keep this as it is. If you want to be add some values over there, then we can add. Then phone option is there, like the phone. Okay. Then email option is there, so we'll use email. Okay. So now you can see at the bottom there is an option that there are buttons, action buttons are there, pause, previous or finish. We can also hide these options. Right now we will only keep that finish option. Here you can see on footer it is standard level is there. So we can hide this previous button, hide previous, hide pause, this finish. We can also custom this name, that is save. Okay, this label, this is for previous. Here we are going to make it save. Okay, hide this, will, and this save. Okay, so see here, just click on save button. Yes, give the name of the flow, that is, we'll just put as a name form. Okay, the click here. Okay, so like this we can use the screen element into our screen flow. So next one is action. So why this action element is used? whenever we are going to be work with the any apex classes, if for example if our logic is included into the apex class, and if you want to be send some input that apex class, and then and that after that apex class will be run and perform some other operations like automations. Okay, so we can add actions over here, apex actions, or any other actions like email event. Okay, so this type of different actions we can perform, but basically into the real time we use these actions to apex actions. Okay, so with that you can see here these are the different apex classes we can use to perform the actions. If you see that, if you select this project callout service, so here what is this opp ids? This is the method parameters. Okay, whatever cable method is there, what is if you want to make available your apex to into the Salesforce flow, that time we need to be annotated and annotate the method by cable method into the apex class. So and we also have to send a list of parameters. Okay, so like list of IDs as a parameter into that cable method. So we use that one. So here if we make it enable, so we need to be provide the opportunity IDs over there. Okay, so we can also set the IDs by using the record trigger. Okay, so right now record trigger is not here. Okay, so here into the screen flow, whenever we are going to be set some input record id, that time we majorly create new resource. It is variable resource with the name of record id. Okay, so record id is exactly like this. Okay, and whenever we are adding this screen flow on the record page of any object, that time with that variable, that particular screen flow fetches that record id. Okay, so we need not to be need not to be perform any get record operation over here to get the record id of that particular record. Okay, so and we can use that variable as an input variable over here. Okay, so likewise we can use the apex action like this. So what is the next one? Just canceling this. It is a subflow. Okay, so subflow means if there is any if there is any flow you already created for the email send. Okay, so for that we can use that email related flow as a subflow into our screen flow. Okay, then next one is the assignment variable. So why this assignment is used to store and change values into the variable into the screen flow. For example, if checkbox is checked, okay, like assign status equals to approve. Okay, if there is a status is approved, let open this. Here we can create the variables also. Okay, by using the, and we can assign it. There are label and API name you can give. You can take also here we can create new resources. We can also create some variables to store the values. Okay, so if we create any variable like status, okay, data type we can put it as a text. We can also set default value. Okay, and just save this. Just click on after status. You can, we know that we can add the value. It is we can also add the text value that is active. Likewise, whenever assignment will be happen, likewise we can perform and we can use this assignment element to store and change the values into the variable. So here we created the status variable and we are adding an active value into that status variable. So for such operation we are using assignment variable into the Salesforce. Okay, so our next one is decision element. So what this element is actually did. Okay, you know that into our Salesforce programming language there is one here we can use the if else statements, correct, to perform some criteria based logic if else. Okay, so the same operation is performed here by using this decision element into the flow. Okay, so this all components are common in record trigger flow, auto launch flow, screen flow. Okay, and into the schedule flow. Okay, and the next one is loop. So why loop is there? What is loop? What is the use of this loop? So loop is basically is used to loop over one by one record, like a for loop into our code. Okay, what happen into the code whenever we are fetching the bunch of records? by using the SQL query. Okay, so we are making the list of that, means we are fetching all the records into the list collection variable. Correct. So likewise, whenever we are fetching the more than one record, at that time when we have to be perform the operation on each record, that time we use the for loop into our programming. So likewise, whenever we are getting the records into the flow, that time and whenever we have to perform the operation on each and every record, whatever we are fetched by using the get records, that time we use the loop variable into the flow. Okay, then next one is mostly useful. So assignment, decision, loop are the most useful elements into the flow. Then next one is collection sort. Okay, so what is the use of the collection sort? Okay, you know, whenever we are going to be work with the multiple records, okay, that time if you want to be sort some records by using some criteria like date or amount, like date, if you want to be sort records like current date records, that time we can use this sorting elements. If we click here, collection variable means get records, like let me show you one collection variable how we can perform this. I am just adding one collection variable over here, that is get records, get record element, that is get record. We are getting get account records. Okay, get account records. Here we have to select the account for the get record. I'm choosing account. Okay, here ID, now ID, record ID. We are not using any condition over here right now, and we are fetching all records. Okay, so no need to be add the condition right now. We are just using this for the testing purpose. Okay, so all record means whatever the records available into the Salesforce. Okay, and if you want to be filter records by using the conditions like fair conditions into our SQL query. Okay, so likewise we can add the same condition into that filter. Okay, like if you check that we'll take any field over here like course uh, equals to, is there any value? No, this not contains value. Another field, that is account type, account type equal to prospect. Okay, so with this condition, this get record will fetch all records which having account type equals to prospect. Okay, so whatever the records are available into your database, which is which all satisfying this condition, these all records are getting fetched by using this get record element. Okay, and right now earlier we saw that that is loop variable. Okay, so let me explain once again. That is loop variable. What is loop? We can keep here, means whatever the label and API name you have to give. Here is option, you can see that select collection variable. So what is this collection variable? Means collection variables. When we perform the record, means when we fetch more than one record into the flow, that time this element is going to be a collection variable. Okay, because I fetch more than one record, like all records which is satisfying this particular condition. Okay, so if I fetch only one record, that time this not be a collection variable, and we can't perform the loop operation on that one record. Okay, so if you want to be perform the loop operation into the flow, that time we need to be fetch the more than one records. Okay, so yeah, if we click here, you will see that option. This one is get record variable. Okay, and here we have also an option that is how we have to iterate on that collection, that is from first to last or last to first. Okay, we can set order here. Okay, once click on this. So let me put the name loop over account. Any will be there. So now it is get. So see here loop over. Okay, so this will loop over each and every account. Okay, if you want to be perform any operation, you can perform. You if you want to be store or change any value into that account, that time here you can use assignment variable. Okay, and if you want to be perform the update operation for that all records whatever you will get, Okay, you can use here update operation for the collection variable. Okay, you can make an assignment. By using that assignment, you can also perform the bulk update operation using the into this flow. Let's see about the collection sort. Okay, we also created one collection variable, that is get records. You can just select here get records. Okay, what is the sort field? If you want to be sort records which is active, okay, sort active, ascending, descending. Okay, that is a sorting order. We have to sort only active accounts. Okay, so with that we can sort that particular records by using this element. Okay, so next one is collection filter. If you want to be if you want filter some records. Okay, like narrow down based on the conditions. These all records. That time we can see here. Yes, select. We can put some filter conditions like we'll add some conditions over here like account rating equals to 1. Okay, so whatever records you fetch, the which records are satisfying this condition, only these records are getting filtered by using this collection filter. Okay, so this is the major use of the collection filter. Mostly we are also using the collection sort or collection filter elements into our Salesforce. Okay, so next one is update element. Okay, we already yes, create element. I think in our last video we use the create element. Okay, so let's once again explain this create video. This create record is this element is used to create the record. Okay, whatever the screen we added on the first screen here, you can see here we added one screen. Okay, that is home screen. We can use the records whatever value we are inserting into that fields. By using that we can create the record from that form. Like here you can see the records, which record we have to create. Okay, create record from these values. We have to create one record, like we have to create the account record. Okay, look what we can create. Okay, so likewise this is for the record variable. Okay, if you want to be put the values manually, okay, that time you can create the account. Check the account. Here are the fields. It is account name. You can also use multiple fields of the account, like the course is there, like email is there. If there is email field, you can map this email field over here. So what is account name? Here you can get the screen. You will find your values. It is form. What is first name? Okay, so into the first name, which one? Go to the first name. So whatever values, the course is not there, we added. Go to the form. The email is there. You can use the email value. So this type of operation, and when we save this type of mapping, that time this record is getting created. Okay, so likewise we can use the create record element into our flow. Then next one is update record. Why we are using this? When we have to update any record. Okay, so we use that element, that is a record element, update record element. We can also update the collection of the record by using this here you can see the current item. We can update one by one record, or you can also set the specific conditions. You can select the object. Here we have to update the account record. What are the conditions should be there to update the record? Okay, if you want to be put some condition that only after the satisfying this condition record will get updated. That if account source is referral, that time you can update their contact. Okay, whatever the contact you can put, or if you want to be update which one field, that is the city. You want to update the city, you can update. Okay, if the account source of the account is referral, then update the city of account to bank and save. This time you can see this update operation will perform only after the satisfying this condition. Okay, so likewise we can use update record element into our flow. Like get record I show. over here how we can get the records. If you want to be get the single record, here is option, that is only first record. Okay, there is all records up to specified limit. We can also see here how means how many records we have to get. Like take 200 records, we can take maximum number of records to store 500 records. like Likewise, we can also set how many records you have to get, or all records. Okay, you can fetch single record by using this option. If you want to get only 10 records, you will set here, that is our limit 10 over here. Or if you want to take all the records, so we can use this type of option. Okay, so next one is delete record. What are the next element? That is delete record. You can see here that delete record element. Okay, we can also delete the single record, or we can also perform the delete operation on the collection. Okay, by using the collection, we need to use this for the specific condition. If you want to delete some account record, get the filter condition, which records you want to delete, get account type, with account type equals to